You're all going to jail. Chapter 18. Gardel. Hey, Francis, where's Birdie?
Oh, mon ami, what do you think? He used this chance while you were in the bathroom and ran away from your huge ego.
How funny.
Gilbert took his seat next to Francis. They were now at the restaurant Matthew had recommended. They chose a table in the balcony since the night was so warm. Whatever. You and Antonio are the ones having fun. I hate going out with you guys and you both having dates. You two just brush me aside. Don't say those things, Francis. We're not ignoring you. Antonio pouted to his friend. You more than anyone. Francis glared to his friend, but to no avail. The Spaniard just turned around and continued his conversation with Romano, leaving Gilbert and Francis alone talking again.
You know, it's about damn time we did this to you. You're the one always leaving us behind for some pretty woman.
Gilbert smiled widely. Well, that's just playing around. It doesn't really require all my attention.
You're a bastard.
Oh, come on. Do you think the girls I flirt with will fall in love with my personality? Hell no. They're just up to the looks. It's not like I'm stealing them. It's a win-win. You should know about this too, Gilbert.
Francis, you're way too used to the flirting game.
My point is that you and Tony are going for the real thing now. I don't disagree with that, but I hate being excluded.
You could always make a move on the waitress. She's kind of your type.
My dear Gilbert, all the women are my type. Gilbert rolled his eyes.
How could I forget that? Now tell me, where's Birdie?
What are you, his mother? He had an important phone call and he said he'd be outside for a while.
You could have said so from the beginning.
Don't be so full of yourself just because the boy was able to stand you for more than 24 hours.
Keep trying, you damn Irish cigarette. Even if you don't like it, Matthew loves me.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we ask him directly? Gilbert turned around as Matthew was standing behind him with an unimpressed look on his face. Gilbert couldn't help but flush in embarrassment that was covering his face.
Hey, buddy,
he said with a shaky voice. What did you say about me loving you? Honestly, I find it hard to believe that someone even likes you.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. That face was worthy of a picture, combative Matthew.
Sit next to me so you don't have to deal with this airhead. Francis felt a hard kick under the table, a sign that he should shut his mouth, but it really wasn't necessary since Matthew rejected the offer and sat next to Gilbert.
See, Birdie, you just can't hide it.
Gilbert was grinning at the blonde boy. I can still sit on the other side of the table, you know.
Fine, I won't say anything else, but it's pretty obvious that you enjoy my company.
Matthew stood up, but Gilbert grabbed his sleeve.
Just kidding, Birdie. And besides, don't you think you'll be very much on your own all night if you join those two?
Gilbert pointed to where Antonio and Romano were sitting. Matthew had no choice. Fine, but save your awesome comments for yourself. Just after that dinner arrived, while Gilbert noticed Matthew was a little down, as if something was bothering him. Matthew, I have to say, this place is amazing. How did you find it? Francis was really enjoying his meal. Well, Arthur and my brother have known each other for a long time, so I've been at the beach house many times with Alfred, and, well, there were times in which I felt out of place. You know what I mean. The disgust showing in the face of the people around him was enough for an answer. Well, I decided to explore a little bit by myself, and, well, I know many places around the area that way, but this restaurant in particular is one of my favorites. It's really good, mon cher. Well, you should be proud, Matthew. Francis hardly likes any of the places that Gilbert and I take him. That is, my dear Tony, due to the lack of good taste in your choices. But Matthew here really recognizes good cuisine. Well, I'm not really that good. Sadness showed in Matthew's face. After some time eating and chatting, Gilbert couldn't help but feeling worried for Matthew. The boy wasn't the same as always. He finally decided to ask him what was wrong when some tender music started playing. Oh, today is Saturday. There's live music today, Matthew said, momentarily coming out of his thoughts. Ooh, setting the romantic mood, eh? It just keeps getting better. It's great that you've been our guide today, Matthew. You really know good places. Francis hugged the younger boy, but quit immediately when he saw the German across the table glaring at him. You hear that, Tony? Isn't it your favorite song? What's the name of it? Francis looked back at Antonio. Antonio listened carefully for a few seconds. Oh yeah, you're right. Por una cabeza. Gilbert joined the conversation. Oh, I remember back in high school you were a huge fan of Gardel, right? I'm gonna look up this band. Oh, he's a French-Argentine singer, known for tango music. Spicy. I'm still, it's just I don't listen to him all day long like I used to. Romano, would you like to hear the story of this song? Sure, why not? Romano raised an eyebrow. Please don't say anything embarrassing, Francis. I won't do that, Tony. It's actually about the one time you participated in our high school showcase, you remember? When you danced the tango, you were incredible. Ah, yes. Back when Antonio went to high school, when Romano was, 6. Hey, there's nothing embarrassing about that story. How come every time you tell stories about me, you choose the bad ones? That's because there are no good ones, Gil. Wait, Romano and Spain are going to dance a tango, aren't they? I find that very believable, Romano said, a grin on his face. Is this your revenge, Lovinito? Gilbert said with a poisonous tone. Please, guys, we're having a good time, right? Antonio tried to calm them down. So, you are a great dancer. Romano looked at Antonio. No, not anymore. It was a long time ago, but my mom forced me to take dancing lessons. And he became really good at it, right, Gil? Francis blinked an eye to Gilbert. Of course, I doubt you've lost it. It's a natural talent you have, my friend. Guys, stop it. I no longer... You should show Romano. What? No, there's no way we could. Romano was about to suffer a panic attack. Well, if Roma wants to try... Hell no! Oh, don't be shy, Romano. Our friend is the real thing. Just go. No! Romano was all red. I'll show you then. Antonio raised and extended his hand to Romano. Come with me. I'll be fun. What are you saying? I don't care anyway. I don't know how to dance. Romano stared at the hand in front of him, not sure what to do. But as if his body wasn't listening to his mind, he took Antonio's hand and followed him outside to the balcony, where the music could still be heard, but there was more privacy. I don't want to do this. Romano was serious. Why not? I told you I don't dance. Give it a try, I show you. Stop it, bastard. I don't like people making fun of me. I bet that's why your friends got me into this. Roma, they never do something like that. Romano rolled his eyes. Trust me. Antonio's face was suddenly dark.
I will never let them.
Antonio was not as good as when he was younger, but he still had grace in his movements. Romano and he fitted each other's body perfectly. They both led and followed at the same time, making the music theirs. In the table remained Francis, Gilbert, and Matthew enjoying the spectacle. That sure is a nice view. Francis sighed. I think you two should give it a shot as well. Gilbert and Matthew choked on their drinks. And leave you here all alone? I don't think so. Dancing was not one of Gilbert's talents, and even the most awesome had to admit his own limitations. Oh, don't worry about me, guys. Actually, I'm asking you to leave so I can have a talk with our pretty waitress. I know it, Gilbert said. Francis then whispered to his friend. Seriously, Gil, don't let this chance go. We're leaving tomorrow, so you should at least ask for his number, don't you think? The idea wasn't bad at all. Besides, Matthew looked a little down. Gilbert would do whatever he could to make him smile. Okay, then come with me, Birdie. We'll follow these two. The German pulled Matthew out of its seat without asking. What? But I don't know how to dance. Birdie, don't worry. I suck at it. But joins us for Francis, remember? The poor guy's alone all night and he deserves his share of fun too. Matthew just sighed. Fine. They stayed away enough from the other couple, which by that time was deeply immersed in the dance. Gilbert tried his best, but it wasn't working out. He knew he was making an idiot of himself trying to dance. He just had no coordination. It was a family thing. But he liked to see Matthew laughing. Well, you weren't lying at all. You suck at this. It's not like you're the ace of dance, Birdie. Well, at least I don't step on your foot every time I try to move. I'm doing it on purpose. I knew it. I have a great idea. Finally leaves this for the experts and you and me go for a walk. Sure, anything is better than this. They left the restaurant and started walking towards a small park. The place was lonely since it wasn't tourist season. Matthew was still laughing at Gilbert's lack of rhythm.
Seriously, Birdie, you're not that talented yourself.
I know, Matthew said with his face down, trying to hide something from Gilbert.
Well, I guess it had to compensate.
What did you say? The blonde looked at Gilbert with confusion.
I mean, being so talented in other things, you had to at least fail at something.
Oh, shut up.
No joking this time, Birdie. You're a great cook and you're good at sports and you're...
The last part Gilbert almost murmured. What? I didn't hear you.
It wasn't that important.
Gilbert blushed a little. I bet Gilbert said he had a fine ass. What the hell? Where did all that confidence go? Oh my god, you're blushing. I bet what you said was embarrassing.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't.
Then tell me.
Okay, I tell you.
Gilbert grabbed Matthew by the waist and closed the distance between them, their faces almost meeting.
I think you're hot, Matthew. I freaking knew it.
What's with this all of a sudden? Now it was Matthew's turn to be nervous. Gilbert didn't say anything as he just pressed his lips against Matthew's. The latter was very surprised, but answered the kiss almost immediately. The kiss became more intense. The German knew that if he continued, he couldn't stop himself, so he finished the kiss sweetly.
That was one hell of a kiss, Birdie.
Matthew tried to recover the tone in his voice. Well, I guess that's how you compensate the not dancing at all.
Now you're getting it.
But I think we shouldn't do this. Gilbert froze with the words.
What? Why? Didn't you like it? I can do it again if you want.
It's not that. You don't know me at all.
What the hell?
Gilbert thought Matthew suffered an abrupt change in personality, but since somehow he felt something for the blonde, he tried his best to sound convincing while saying,
But I want to, Betty. I'm serious.
That's why we shouldn't get involved. Gilbert stood still.
What's going on? This isn't how it should be happening. Birdie, I know you like me too, so give me a good reason.
You want a good reason? Gilbert saw pure anger in Matthew's expression. Fine, I'll give you one. I received a call today. I applied for a scholarship, and I was sure I was getting it, so I got a job and looked for an apartment. Now they're telling me that just a couple of days before classes start that I didn't get it. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I had everything planned. Now I won't even have the money for anything. Alfred has helped me enough already. I can't bother him anymore. Matthew's eyes were starting to fill with tears of frustration. Gilbert didn't know what to do.
Birdie, I'm sorry.
You don't have to. I'm going back to Canada, so my parents can say, I told you so. I think we shouldn't go any further with this. I don't have time to worry for this. Matthew said the last words in such a hurting tone, the albino felt as if he had been slapped in the face. Gilbert didn't say anything else. He couldn't.
That's why I never let myself get involved. That is what Francis does too. Even if he doesn't say it out loud, I don't blame him. He thought the same as me. That perhaps this time, it would work out for me. That perhaps I finally found that special one.
End of chapter 18.